Hello everybody، أهلا بيكم من جديد. والنهاردة معانا Connect Plus Grade 4 Second Term و Unit 9 Lesson 5 and 6. الليسونز اللي فاتت موجودة كلها على اللينك اللي هيظهر على جنب الشاشة. نشوف درسنا النهاردة بيتكلمنا عن إيه. Stages of Amenhotep 3 فراو خوفو's solar boat توت عنخ آمون's mosque The Grand Egyptian Museum المتحف المصري الكبير. Person, desert, limestone, wife, statue, interest, poor, map, death, place, daughter, sand. والverbs معانا believe, believed, travel, traveled, belong, belonged, take, talk, know, knew, write, wrote. Gold mask, important expressions and prepositions. Gold mask, stages of past it, look for, an amazing sight, famous for, wooden boat. تعالوا نشوف الدرس بتاعنا بيحكي عن ايه. Stages of Amenhotep 3. What is it? The stages of Amenhotep 3. His wife, Tai, and their 3 daughters. How old is it? About 3,400 years old. What's it made of? Limestone. How big is it? 7 meters tall. 4.4 meters wide. 7 meters tall ارتفاعه 7 متر وعرضه 4.4 meters wide. Where is it from? Luxor. الحاجة الثانية فرعوا خوفو's solar boat المركب الشمسي لخوفو. What is it? A wooden boat found in فرعوا خوفو's tomb. وجدوا المركب ده في المقبرة بتاعة خوفو. How old is it? About 4,600 years old. What is it made of? Wood. مصنوعة من الخشب. How big is it? 42 meters long. طولها 42 متر. Where is it from? Giza. عندنا بعد كده توت عنخ آمون's mosque. What is it? A gold mosque. How old is it? Over 3,000 years old. What is it made of? Gold. How big is it? 54 centimeter tall. ارتفاعه 54 سنتي. Where is it from? The Valley of the Kings. من وادي الملوك. Did you know the Grand Egyptian Museum, المتحف المصري الكبير, has more than 5,000 items that belong to the pharaoh توت عنخ آمون؟ إن فيه يحتوي المتحف المصري الكبير على أكثر من 5,000 قطعة تخص بس الملك الفرعون توت عنخ آمون. هنا بيقول لي writing tip، نصائح كده للكتابة. When you give information, you often have to answer questions such as who, what, when, where, and how. لما تيجي تقدم معلومات أو تقول معلومة لحد بيسمعك كأنك بالضبط بتجاوب على مجموعة أسئلة زي who, what, when, where, and how. You give facts, not opinions. أنت بتقدم معلومات أو حقائق مش بتقول رأيك. Facts can include names, dates, and places. والحقائق ديت ممكن تحتوي على أسماء وعلى تواريخ وعلى الأماكن. Then you can add more interest by giving extra information. وممكن تزود التشويق للمعلومة اللي أنت بتقولها، إنك تزود معلومة كمان إضافية. This might not answer a WH question, but it's something that people might want to know. ده ممكن ما يكونش إجابة على أسئلة، لكن ممكن تكون معلومة الناس عايزة تعرفها. شوف هنا الموديل. The statue of past. The statue of past it is 30 centimeters tall. ارتفاعه 30 سنتي. It's 2,500 years old. عمره 2,500 سنة. It's made of limestone. It was found in Alexandria. موجود في اسكندرية أو وجد في الإسكندرية. It looks like a nice cat. شكله بالضبط شبه القطة لطيفة كده. It's an amazing statue. تمثال رائع. هنا بيقول لي لما نيجي نكتب في جريدة newspaper report تقرير في جريدة about an archaeological site. Archaeologists were working in the desert. كانوا بيشتغلوا في الصحراء when they found an amazing site in 2010 لما لقوا موقع رائع في 2010. This is a very old city and nobody knew about it. دي كانت وجدوا مدينة قديمة جدا مفيش أي حد كان يعرف عنها أي حاجة. They found a lot of old artifacts. لقوا فيها كتير من الارتفاكتس. It's a very important site because tourists can visit it. المكان مهم جدا عشان السياح كمان يقدروا يروحوا ويزوروا. شوف الاكسرسايز بتاعنا. all the made limestone information. Do you know any about the statue of Amenhotep III? Did you know any information? يبقى دي هنا one. Yes, I do. How old is it? It's about 3,400 years old. What's it made of? It's made of limestone. طيب توت عنخ آمون's mask is made of gold. Where is it from? It's from Giza. This stone was found in Upper City. The Grand Egyptian Museum has more than 5,000 items. This statue is about 3,400 years old. This statue is made of limestone. The solar boat is 42 meters long. Ancient Egyptians that they would come back after death believed. آمنوا بالعودة بعد الموت. This gold mask belonged to Tutankhamun. I was working when I saw something in the sand. يبقى كنت شغال في الصحراء. They used an old map to look for an ancient city. We were looking for old artifacts when we found a temple. Where is it from? Giza. Khufu is famous for building the Great Pyramid. وهنا بيقول لي أكتب باراجراف فرعوا خوفو السولار بوت عن المركب الشمسي بتاع خوفو. وبكده يكون الليسون ده بتاعنا خلص وبينا نروح نشوف الأكتيفيتي on unit 9. وعندنا أول سؤال اللي هو سؤال listening. بينا نسمع كده السؤال ده بيقول إيه. خلينا نشوف. Lots of people visit Egypt every year because of its amazing archaeological sites. Tourists want to see large monuments, pyramids, and temples. It's incredible to think that ancient Egyptians were building these amazing structures over 4,000 years ago, when civilizations in other countries were much simpler. Archaeologists have found lots of artifacts such as tools, pottery, vases, masks. Lots of people visit Egypt every year. Egypt has amazing archaeological sites. Tourists want to see the large monuments. Archaeologists have found lots of artifacts. طيب البارت الثاني. When people think about Egypt, they think of the pyramids and the Sphinx at Giza. They are famous all over the world. Archaeologists think that the ancient Egyptians built the Sphinx to protect the pyramids. They carved it from one huge piece of stone. The pyramids and Sphinx are at Giza. The pyramids are famous all over the world. The ancient Egyptians built the Sphinx. To protect the pyramids. The ancient Egyptians carved the Sphinx from one huge piece of stone. نيجي للconversation Luxor. See interesting where. Where were you last week? I was on a cruise to Luxor. What did you see? I saw the Valley of the Kings. Was it interesting? Yes, it was very interesting. When did they find his historical site? Archaeologists. You can see lots of engravings in the temple. Farmers in ancient Egypt planted crops in the growing season. Sarah, yesterday يعني past simple, but so the children were playing a game. Famous carved Sphinx pyramids. Sometimes when people think about Egypt, they think of the pyramids and the Sphinx at Giza. They are famous all over the world. Archaeologists think that the ancient Egyptians built the Sphinx to protect the pyramids. They carved it from one huge piece of stone. Many tourists visit Luxor from a Nile River cruise. Alexandria was the capital city of Egypt. Akil saw his goats walking away. My dad made me a nice game. Lots of people visit Egypt every year because of the amazing archaeological sites. Tourists want to see the large monuments, pyramids, and temples. Many tourists visit Luxor from a Nile River cruise. They can see the temple of Karnak and the Valley of the Kings. Ancient Egyptians buried their kings and queens here for thousands of years. You can see lots of painting and engraving in the temples. There are lots of other amazing things to see in Egypt. You want to see the large amounts of Egypt tourists. Many tourists visit Luxor from a Nile River cruise. Ancient Egyptians buried their kings and queens. What can tourists see in Luxor? They can see the temple of Karnak and the Valley of the Kings, number 3. Where can you see engravings? You can see lots of paintings and engravings in the temples, number 4. Reader, the story. The nature is beautiful. That's true. There was a bottle around the seagull's leg. False. Amir has a tablet on the table. Amir was sad about the seagull. They used pottery vase to hold water. We were visiting the museum. Historians are interested in monuments. بعد كده عندنا سؤال الباراجراف. visit to Alexandria port guarded by Citadel Capital Library of Alexandria. تمام. punctuation. Ancient Egyptians built the pyramids and the Sphinx. Okay. بكده يكون unit 9 بتاعنا done. See you. Goodbye.